Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Circle of Peaceful Progress, this Friday special that we have. And here I see a few new names. So just to tell you what we do here, this is an open platform where we do all kinds of discussions, talks, dialogue, recitation, lucid reading, whatever the fancy may be for that particular Friday. It's like saying a time to enjoy your weekend. Okay. So today was the day for doing what we call lucid readings for everyone, right? And most of you know what lucid reading is. And we decided to open a chakra, and that was a chakra which was bearing the brunt. Now, what does bearing the brunt mean? We all know it. We all bear brunts and we live our life sometimes walking through the whole journey of life bearing brunts, because we have a tendency to say na, or you hear people say to you, तुम नहीं करोगे तो कौन करेगा? Or you hear yourself saying, मैं नहीं करूंगी तो कौन करेगा? Ask yourself, have you said that to yourself many a times? So in the process, what are you doing? You are, not allowing the real you to surface. You are withholding yourself because when you bear the brunt, you bear the brunt of all kinds of situations in your life. It could be social, that means that, meeting people or being outside or anything related with public, where you feel that you have the responsibility. Let's say it's a club, a group of people, who are, let's say, even if it's a meditation club. But I have to make the arrangements. I have to make sure that everything is in time. I have to keep calling up everyone to make sure that they attend. I have to tell the speaker who is not there or who will be there. If all this is enjoyable and you're doing it, it's fine. But if it is something where it starts becoming a burden, so what are you doing to yourself? You are not allowing the real you to surface, and you are withholding yourself because of the possibility of continuing to bear the brunt. In life, situations happen where you are, let's say by circumstances, forced to be in a situation where you have to bear the brunt. Let's say of supporting the family. Let's say of making, educating maybe your siblings. Not supporting the whole family, but educating your siblings, or giving away your share of whatever happiness may be there, whether it is financial, social, emotional, professional, so that the other person can benefit. Because you have been told, maybe, you are the elder one, you'll understand. You are the elder one, you can take care of the younger ones. Or if you are the younger one, you may have been told, you are the younger one, he or she is the elder one, and right now they need more support. So give up your room, give up your table, give up everything. You study on the dining table. You don't disturb that person. That person will get all the privileges. If there is something special cooked in the house, it will go to the other person, because that person needs the energy and everything else more than you do right now. And what happens? If you accept it gracefully, then it's okay. It doesn't bother you. But if you think you're being the martyr, if you're being the martyr and you are enjoying the role of a martyr, what are you doing? Again, you're withholding the real you from being the authentic you, and what you can do and what you cannot do for yourself and for others in the circumstances. So some of us also have a tendency to want to create a very good impression on others. That matters a lot to us. So because of that, you will take on extra load of work, either at office or at home or amongst friends, So they'll say, okay, give it to that person, give it to her. She'll take care of it. The others are enjoying and you are not, because you're worried, has the food come on time? Are the cooks doing the cooking? Is the everything in place? What about, the food quality? Everything will fall on me. They're going to say, if everything works out well and everybody praises you, you like it. But if somebody finds some fault, then what happens to you? You go through a whole series of thoughts, feelings, emotions, which disturb you, which disturb your balance, which disturb your being aligned, which disturb the fact that you are not operating out of your pure consciousness. Right? So tell me, why would you permit this? Why would you allow this? There are many reasons for it. Some reasons can be coming right from maybe the upbringing that you have had. Because of that, there may have been certain circumstantial or forced situations that made you feel that you have to bear the brunt. Yeah? Now, let's say your father is unwell. You are a family with, let's say, younger siblings, or maybe you're the eldest, and you have started working, you're earning, which is fine. Your father's also got his money, his retirement money, everything is there. So it's not that you have to support him directly. Suddenly he falls ill with a serious illness. And what happens? There is a certain expectation that you are the eldest, whether you're a boy or a girl. अब तो घर तुम्हें ही संभालना पड़ेगा. Please raise your hands. Let's not make it a conversation where I'm doing all the talking. Maybe you have, either you are in agreement or you feel that it may not be correct. But the important thing is, do you agree with this, whatever I have said till now? Just raise your hands and I'll know. Thank you, Sudha. Thank you, Seema. So we understand. And sometimes we get, thank you, who's this? Rashmi. So sometimes we get so used to it, we get so used to it that it becomes our reason for existence. It becomes our reason for growth. Because agar stress nahi hoga, or if we are not subjected to being made to feel important because that I am feeling. The others have not said it, right? But, or everybody saying, poor thing, poor so-and-so, she has so much to do. She looks after this, she looks after that, she does that. So, appearing a martyr in the eyes of others. Or as I said, wanting to constantly create a lasting impression. So there are so many factors, that we allow ourselves to continue bearing the brunt, which manifests itself in various parts of our bodies in a physical form. Because as an energy, it gets stuck in various chakras that we have, whether it is the 7 major chakras or 250 minor chakras, It's stuck there. And when it is stuck, you go through a whole series of emotions, you go through a whole series of personal traumas, you go through a whole series of thoughts which you feel you can't share with anybody because nobody will understand you. Everybody's so used to seeing you continue to bear the brunt. And some are self-created, right? Some we create on our own. So my question remains, why do we permit this? Is it needed? Do we need to grow with, bearing the brunt? Give me a yes or a no. Any answer? Anybody? No. Rashmi says no. Right. Anybody else? Apurva says no. All right, Apurva, thank you. So we don't need it, right? How about we taking and sort of building a courage inside us to say and do certain things which permit us to build that confidence back in us. You see, if you're bearing the brunt, if you are being a martyr, and if you're constantly wanting to, create an impression on others, look at the back flip side of it. What is happening? Obviously, there is lack of self-belief, lack of self-trust, lack of self-confidence, maybe lack of self-worth, right? And of course, insecurities, maybe some fears, maybe some traumas experienced. So all these are the guiding forces forcing you forward. So what do we need to build on? We need to understand that yes, we can delegate to others. Haven't you heard yourself say, how can I give it to the other person to do it? Firstly, either you'll feel they'll say no, or you'll say, no, I can't do it. I can't tell so-and-so to do this work. Why? Either maybe because the person what will he think about me? Or I don't have the courage to say it. Or who am I to say it? Others are seeing how much I am doing. They should say it. And these common sentences that we've all heard all the time. So why not learn to delegate? And also, that's one part of it. And the second is to build up all this self-worth, self-confidence, self-belief, self-action. What do we need to do? It is to step forward. Learn to put our best foot forward. For who? For ourselves, not for others, right? So you can ease out the brunt that you have been bearing so far by delegating. If it is not your responsibility, pass it on to the person who's supposed to do it. Why should you take the blames for everything? Why should you allow criticism from others to come into your space? If they're criticizing, fair enough. That is their perception, their thought, not yours. Don't make it your own. So if there's a criticism, if you have the courage, take the criticism with confidence and with an open mind. If somebody has said something to you, what is the reason? Why did that person say this? What have I done for this criticism to come my way? Right? So the other person has criticized. But what did I do? If I've not done anything, have the courage to take on that person to say, sorry, but I do not accept what you have to say. Unfair behavior. Why should you take it? Have the courage, have the belief that I'm sorry, I will not tolerate this, or this is not acceptable to me. There was this woman who used to come and work in my house a long time back, a helper, daily maid. One day she'd come with a, blue face, sometimes with a blue arm. So I used to ask her, what is happening? So she says, oh, that fellow, he keeps beating me up. Every night he drinks, he comes home and he beats me. So I said, is that acceptable to you all the time? So she says, no, I have accepted it that he has to do it, let him do it. At least he's providing for my children and for me. I am earning, yes, but I am earning for my daughters to educate them. So I'm okay with it if he beats me up. I was fascinated because she's ready to take that beating, but she doesn't take it as a brunt. She is instead using him for her own benefit. Why? Of course, she had sons also, but she wanted to educate her daughters. So she said, it's okay if he beats me up. जिस दिन ज़्यादा गुस्सा आएगा उस दिन घर से निकाल दो. And by that I knew she meant she was waiting for her daughters to graduate from, pass out from school and get into colleges, because university education was not that expensive that time. But she was not ready to take it as she kept putting her best foot forward, and that was that I need to earn this money. That money, whatever, half of it, whatever he gives me, is enough for me to take care of my family. So I used to admire her actually for what she did. So you don't have to take on other people's criticisms, responsibilities, blames, unfair behavior, etc. But what you can do is convert all this with that confidence, with that belief and courage, by putting your best foot forward in the circumstances that are presenting themselves. And how can we do it? We are very, very fortunate that we have radical consciousness with us. The affirmations and the statements that come out of radical help us to master ourselves, to help ourselves by working on our chakras, by releasing the, let's say, stagnant energies that are stored inside us, either from today or from the past or karmic or wherever it is coming from. And when we are able to release it, what are we doing? We have empowered ourselves to auto-heal ourselves constantly. And when we know that we are ready to let go and surrender to all that does not belong to me, we are already on the path to make our lives easy, effortless, and fun. How many of you agree with me? Please raise your hand. Thank you, Sudat, Seema. Yeah. Thank you, Sheetal, Apurva. Thank you very much. So we are all in sync. We understand. This is very clear, correct? Now, today, as I said earlier, that we are going to do readings for all of you based on bearing the brunt. I have Bhuvna. Yes, Bhuvna, what's your question?
The thing is, it's like, as you know, there's inflation and all that. So they are sending the Indians back. So
Okay.
there's always a sword on your head, and there's an anxiety like, when is your turn?
Okay.
So there's an anxiety. So I feel like I'm bearing the brunt
of it.
of,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're always living in a constant anxiety as to when are they going to,
Yeah.
they may do it, not when are they, when
Yeah,
can
they
or
may
do
or
it.
when, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And how does that make you feel completely?
Very anxious, like very anxious. Like I sometimes when that becomes my center of awareness, it I can't like move like
Okay, you become paralyzed, right?
yes, correct.
I mean, when you say can't move, I'm saying based on that.
Yes,
Mentally,
yes,
emotionally
yes,
paralyzed. Okay.
yes. I just don't
So,
want to do anything. I just want to
right.
feel.
All right. So let's see what can we do. What does Redikall guide us so that Bhuvna doesn't feel paralyzed and she can work on it. So I'm opening the book. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Bhuvna, it says reminder to offload the past baggage and start afresh. Life is a journey and traveling light would make the journey more enjoyable. Past does contribute to your life, but carrying all the impressions of the past could get burdensome and slow you down. Are you willing to free your present moment and the future possibilities from the undesirable influences of the past? So, Bhuvna, the point is just by thinking about it that this can happen, etc., I am still learning to live only in the past and holding on to that. Am I ready to look at the possibility, God forbid, if something has to happen, what are the options for me? What is it that I can look forward to? What is it that I can do differently? What is it that I should train myself for or, work towards? Some kind of new approach or innovation. So Redikall is trying to tell you that look at the future possibilities for you to move forward, right? Because you're being told to live in the now, absolutely in the now, and accordingly, then your future forward journey will start unfolding its life in your life.
Okay. Based on
Yeah?
my present, based on
Yes.
how I respond
Yes.
to my situation,
Exactly.
and with that,
Your
that
responses, yes. Your responses, don't forget, whatever we utter to the universe listens, and it doesn't care whether it's a Bhuvna who's feeling sad. It is the words of Bhuvna that have come out. So if the words of Bhuvna are that I'm scared, I'm paralyzed, I'm afraid, they'll let me go, will they throw me out, etc. So the universe is not going to give you those answers. Universe is only there to help you to look for the positive answers. Negative bologe, so we all know it what happens, right? We are the ones inviting negativity in our space. Why should we? Put your best foot forward. Look, live in the now. That is the message from the universe. Don't think of it as something that is going to be part of your journey. Don't make it a part of your journey. Okay?
yes. Thank you.
So I'll give you a statement for it.
Yes.
I accept and embrace my past backlog. I accept and embrace my past backlog. And whatever has happened till now, it's okay, it's done. I accept it gracefully. I peacefully progress for a what? Towards a
Towards my responses.
okay. I peacefully progress towards my positive responses.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
I accept and embrace my past backlog. I peacefully progress towards my positive responses.
Yeah.
Make this part of your affirmations. Say them for a couple of days, as many times as you want. I'm not going to specify 7 or 21. It's up to you. As much as it resonates with you, keep saying it. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so
Bhuvna.
much.
All right. Then we have Rashmi Surana. Yes, Rashmi.
As such, I'm not feeling so much of bearing the brunt or something. But yeah, the traces are there. So I just wanted to know what can be
All
done.
right. So let's ask, is there something you'd like to ask about with best foot forward? Putting your best foot forward?
Yeah.
All right. So how can Rashmi continue to put her best foot forward Does that sound correct?
Best foot forward to be a neutral observer.
Good. I'm glad you added that. All right, here we go. Okay. So Rashmi, it says, right freedom to command chakra. That is reminder to have the freedom to command over what you would like to receive in life, irrespective of a perceived sense of pressure from authorities.
Okay.
Does this resonate with you?
Yes.
It does. So it's telling you it is natural to have a wish and desire to have an adequate command over what you wish to receive. It would be wonderful if you begin by having a command over the clarity and expectations. The perception of the pressure from above could be an excuse for your reluctance to receive.
Yes.
It is quite possible that a lack of command is the result of your lack of clarity and or fear of possible consequences. Know that you deserve to receive the best in alignment with your life plan, and if your expectations are in alignment, you will receive what you wish. Have faith, have patience, and be in allowance.
Okay. Thank
Does
you.
that
So,
make
yeah, and you know, my life purpose is I receive in my career.
बताओ और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में? Everything is said so clearly. The radical is marvelous. It gives you such
Yes.
answers and solutions, actually, not answers. And it is for us to accept it. It may not sound right at that point sometimes,
Yes.
but there is a reason that a particular thing comes out. And that is what, if we learn to accept and literally embrace it, whatever is being said, it works, because sometimes you maybe in a couple of days or in a couple of months, you say, Arey yaar, yahi to hua tha. This is exactly what was it. So it is all there because up there, I mean, I'm talking in terms of physical terms.
Yeah.
There is no time, there is no space. Everything is in the now. Everything, whether it's the past or the present or the future. So for them, it is the now. Bola, kar diya. But on this planet Earth, with the movement and with the frequency and the vibrations and everything, it depends on the time that it will become true, depending on you.
Yes.
How easily you accept and
Embrace.
are ready to move forward. Okay?
So my information will be?
Yeah, you can say, I recognize my freedom to have a command over my receivables.
I recognize my
Freedom
Okay.
to have a command
Have
over
a
my
command over my
receivables.
Can I say I safely receive with ease, with freedom?
Sure, you can say that also. I safely receive all that is with complete freedom.
With complete freedom. Yes.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Rashmi. Thank you so much. Okay, next we have Seema. Rashmi, you can lower your hand, then it'll be easier.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm good.
Yeah. Yes, Seema.
Hanji. So
Hanji.
for me, yes, there is more than anything, I find lack of cooperation. So with the
Okay.
result that I feel burdened because I
Right.
do not, even if I want it, I mean, that's what I feel, that I'm asking for it, I want it, but people around me are not cooperating.
Right. And how does that make you feel?
Burdened.
Burdened.
And of course, there is frustration also.
Burdened and frustrated, yeah? All
Yeah.
right. So let's see what Radical says for you today, Seema. It says structured presentation chakra, AL8, reminder to deliver and present in a systematic manner. So perhaps somewhere it's asking you to be systematic, be structured, create a system, or present in a systematic manner. Now, you are expected to present, deliver, or serve in a prevalent systematic manner. However, since you have your amazing ways of flowing in every expression of life, you often find it quite difficult to adhere to conventional norms and consciously as well as subconsciously function in a manner which may be a surprise of sorts or even an annoyance to others. This can happen mainly because others around you could be expecting norms based on prevalent cultural or work expectations. Your incredible efforts can get undervalued, underutilized due to lack of systematic presentation or output to suit others' expectations. Get in touch with the love and care for the receivers. Perhaps with a little more care, you will be able to present in a more systematic manner, precisely in a manner others are hoping and expecting from you, Seema. Does that make sense?
2000%.
Okay,
The article never, I mean,
it's
I'm
magical.
not amazed. I'm not amazed.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
So,
it's just the crux of everything because, yes, I do have unconventional ways. And yeah,
okay. So I think somewhere you need to get rid of your regret or guilt, ancestral guilt or regret of being forced to comply with the system. Does that, you understand? So,
Yeah.
with soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt and regret of being forced to comply with the system in the past.
Yes. And
Apurva, are you writing it for the group? Would you like to write it?
I transform and
No,
transcend.
ma'am, not today. I'm not writing.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
the
Acha, okay.
recording, it will be there.
No, but
And the
anyway,
recording it
can
will
you
be,
just
yeah.
repeat? With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt of
My
guilt and regret of
being forced to comply with the system in the past.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, this has happened.
So you can work in.
And
And
after this,
after that, you can do, I peacefully progress, moving forward in a user-friendly manner. I peacefully progress, moving forward in a
user-friendly manner.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
thanks.
you can change it to in a loving manner, in a humble manner. That's up to you. I have given you a broad one. You can choose
Okay.
what you want to write there. Okay?
Right. When I sit down to do it after I have transformed and transcended, then I will see what
Yeah.
comes. Okay,
Absolutely.
great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much, Seema. So, all right. So then we have Sudha. Sudha?
Hello.
Hello, Sudha. Yeah, tell me, what's your question?
First of all, thank you for the whatever talk you showed today. I was feeling it was completely for me because on the February 8th, my father got very ill and have to be on heart issue. and 2 stunts were put on, and it was really me only to take care of him. So that's why I was thinking you are just reciting a kind of my situation, the whole month I am going through.
सुधा ना तुम डिसाइड करती हो ना मैं डिसाइड करती हूँ.
That I truly believe, Maftar Babaji. And of course, the way I was going through on March 10, I was literally weeping. Still now, I just wrote a message to Atman ma'am that from the last 15 days, I'm resonating with the daily radical affirmation I'm getting in the group.
Yeah.
And of course, it was just coming these magical words which were really keeping me at ease on the path to bear what situation I was going, but not easily was able to tell anyone.
Right. But then,
So at 11 p.m., I just wrote each and everything, and she said, "Okay, be blessed." Just, and I was thinking it's just 2 words, but it has the whole kind of message from Babaji also.
absolutely.
Yes,
So,
and mostly the question is actually I'm also working but not able sometimes to cope up at the workplace because a situation came up as I'm a single mother and living alone, and so much kind of situations come. Sometimes are not able to handle, and even was feeling being used and neglecting these days.
okay.
So I
All
don't
right.
know what should I say to you, but yes, I know in the morning I will get the same affirmation from me.
No. So
Yes.
no worries, Sudha. See, you being here today, you talk. What level are you with us, Sudha? What level are you doing with us?
I have done 2 level. Actually, I started in 2019 with the help of Kavita Mugesh when I came in touch with all of you.
Yeah.
But that time I couldn't meet physically to Atman ma'am or anyone of you. Even I wrote the same problem. Ki whenever I try, a different kind of situation emerges, and I don't know which date Babaji has or the universe has mentioned that I will come to all of you personally.
So the thing is, the universe has its own plan all the time, and it works for us because we, somehow don't realize it, but we manifest it for ourselves. We
Yes.
make it happen. At the other end, please also understand that the soul has
Mm.
come down for its own experiential journey. Okay.
Of course.
So all of us who are here right now, we are bound by that common thread. That is radical consciousness. That is a support system and a help to us to help ease out all
Yes,
the stagnancies that are stored inside us.
of
There is
course.
something common in all of us, right? And the universe is guiding you, as you said, it felt that it is being said for you. The universe is guiding you step by step, whatever situations you face, whatever situations happen in your life, etc. If we take it with grace and accept it, कि, okay, ये तो होना ही है. Instead of, questioning कि, why me? It's not easy. I know
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah. So if instead of questioning why me,
With you with the same question, why me? Whenever it comes to me, I just use my pothi in front of Babaji, and I know whatever the situation comes, it's obviously an answer for me.
excellent. So let me take a reading of Radical and say what it says for you today. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is your left vulnerability chakra.
Oh, it was so many times.
It says reminder to safeguard your and others' interests. Okay. So it says that, 1 minute. They say, God help those who help themselves. Deep down at a subconscious level, you are aware that you need to safeguard your interests and the interests of those who are dependent on you. This may be related to people, money matters, property matters, social matters, or emotional matters. It is important for you to do your bit in safeguarding your interests and your loved ones' interests too. Does that make sense to you, Sudha?
Definitely, ma'am. It comes
Right.
many a time, many a time.
Okay. So maybe somewhere, sometime in life, you had been a selfish person, maybe in a past karmic pre-programming.
Maybe.
Okay. So maybe that is still there, and that is why there is a whole course of situations that keeps on happening in your space. So why not let's get rid of that guilt and regret of the selfishness that we may have shown to others.
No.
Okay. So I'm doing a little different with you today. So just say, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my regret or guilt. You can choose either regret or guilt of being selfish, self-centered, and self-preoccupied in the past. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my regret or my guilt of being
selfish or self-centered and
self-centered or
past.
self-preoccupied in the past.
Yes, written.
Okay. And then you can move to by saying, I take care of myself. I take care of all around me. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sudha. Thank you for sharing with
Thank
us.
you, ma'am.
And the Radical family is all there to support each other. You're always welcome here for any answers that Radical can give.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, Sheetal Lakhani.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Sheetal. How are you?
Good, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, what's your question?
There's only one thing which came up in mind. I mean, my right eye is just getting triggered repeatedly. Yeah, or maybe you can give a lucid reading.
Okay, all right.
Feel better.
Sheetal, it says right fulfillment chakra. Reminder to allow others to facilitate your experience of fulfillment. You deserve to lead a fulfilled life. If you wait for your expectations to be fulfilled with the hope that one fine day you may experience fulfillment, you may have to keep waiting lifelong. Because it is likely that soon after a certain set of expectations are fulfilled, you would have another set of expectations and desires. This cycle can repeat several times in your lifetime, leaving you perpetually unfulfilled. Okay? So, most people see fulfillment as stagnation, and hence they choose to remain unfulfilled to ensure that they continue growing and evolving. Once you choose to be fulfilled, automatically your subconscious mind will align and create possibilities of generating fulfillment from people or circumstances around you. Make fulfillment a way of life rather than an end destination. Does that make sense, Sheetal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you can say is that I recognize my experience of fulfillment in receiving.
You recognize my
experience of fulfillment in receiving. Somewhere maybe you're not recognizing it also, and there's an expectation factor that continues to dominate your space. And because of that, It might be creating a perception that is there. Eyes are for perception, right? What we perceive in ourselves or in others. So the perception, that's why, is not being fulfilled too. You are feeling that others or things around you are happening not as per your expectations.
Or maybe once they settle down, then I'll be fulfilled.
Well, why should it
Something
be?
like
Let
that.
them settle down whenever they do. How does it
Yeah,
matter?
so basically I need, in every small situation, I need to feel whole and fulfilled. That is
Yes.
what it's trying to say.
Yes.
So every
Yes.
moment should make me feel a fulfilled moment.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
The important thing is whatever we do, once there are 2 or 3 factors that we all need to make it actually a mantra of our life. That is, first is learning to be neutral and detached. Learning that not to have expectations, and that way we will not judge people. Right? Learning to live in the now, which we don't do. Learning to live in the now and learning to find fulfillment even in the wrong that is happening, what we perceive as wrong in our mind. The day we understand that, okay, this is happening because it is meant to, unless it is somebody's, sort of somebody comes and just slaps you and goes away. I mean, it's not meant to. Nobody's supposed to do that, right?
Mm.
But somewhere you may have allowed the liberty to that person to come and slap you. Okay? So if we learn to live a fulfilled life in the now, things can start shifting in our space.
What was the last sentence you said?
What did I say?
Learning.
What
No
did I
worries.
say? It just
I'll
flowed.
ठीक है, I understood.
Yeah,
I'll go
but
through.
Remind me.
नहीं, एक तो learning neutral space था and learning not to have
Okay,
expectations.
detachment.
हाँ.
Learning to be in a neutral space, not having expectations. If we have
Yeah.
expectations, we are open to judgments.
Yeah.
Right? Learning to live in the now.
Yeah, that's one more.
Yeah. And learning to feel fulfilled under all circumstances.
Yeah.
Even a negation in our life happens because there are certain reasons for it.
Yeah.
It's okay. हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. It's easier said than done, I understand. But the day we start feeling like this, see the difference it makes in your space. Okay?
But ma'am, I can now sense this thoroughly because चाहे कुछ भी कर लो, जब shift होना होता है तभी होता है. So ultimately, it is better that earlier, the better you accept the situations. नहीं तो गोल-गोल ड्रामे में घूम रहे हो आप.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, there's a 5th one also. Surrender and learn to let go.
This is so beautiful. Whole and complete message from.
Absolutely, whole and complete. Babaji has guided this, surrender and let go.
Yeah.
Everything. So when we do that, when we do all this, what are we doing? We are allowing ourselves to become the authentic version of ourselves. And that's what we all want in our plan, in our life. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am. Just
Welcome.
wonderful. Just wow.
Thank you. All right, then we have Sudha, you can lower your hand. Shikha, lower your hand, please.
Okay, sorry, ma'am.
No,
Yeah,
don't say sorry. There's nothing sorry about it. Then we have Shirisha. Yes, Shirisha.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Yes.
Ma'am, like I am missing lot of opportunities. Like opportunities are coming, and something or other are happening, and like uh, mm, it's going away. I feel I'm doing my best, but still like I'm losing this opportunity. So
Okay. So how does that make you feel, Shirisha?
I feel like whenever I think about that, I feel devastated, and I feel like uh, my heart. I feel lot of pain in my heart.
Okay. So devastated is a very strong word. Let's find out what it Redikall has to say for this, okay?
Yes.
Shirisha left nurturance chakra, reminder to nurture yourself and others. That says that you need to, it's a gentle reminder that you need to nurture more than what you're doing. You need to either nurture yourself, others, or certain ideas, projects, your dreams, visions, etc. What is it that you know you need to nurture and you have not been nurturing? What would inspire you to start nurturing? Does that make sense to you, Shirisha?
Yes, ma'am. Kind of like I have to think about that, like what I have
So,
to nurture.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it says, it is certainly important what you think or feel about what you are doing to yourself, people around you, projects and objects under your care. If you love and care for them, you will naturally nurture. All you need to do is recognize and address inhibitory factors like your own borrowed beliefs, concerns, fears, conditionings, etc. If you open up to play your role of nurturer, the resultant sense of fulfillment will enrich your life. So when things are not happening your way and you're getting devastated, you are energizing devastation more and more every time.
Mm.
So the more you energize devastation, universe says, okay, she wants devastation, yellow. Here comes more devastation. I mean, I try to make it in very simple language, but that is exactly what it is, because we are feeling devastated. So the universe feels, the subconscious mind thinks that, okay, this is what she needs. She needs devastation.
Mm.
So what do? We give her reasons to continue feeling devastated because she is making devastation her reason for growth.
Mm.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So what does the Redikall reading say? With soul's love, I transform and transcend my need to nurture.
Mm.
With soul's love, I transform and transcend my need to nurture. You can do the complete series. My reasons, my reluctance to nurture. Sorry, no reasons. My need to nurture, my reluctance to nurture.
Okay.
My resistance to nurture, not resistance to let go. My resistance to nurture.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
And then later, when you feel you're on, on a more neutral state, then you can say, I peacefully progress forward, nurturing myself and others.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, then we come to Gurpreet. Yes, Gurpreet.
Yeah, ma'am. So
Yeah.
bearing the blunt, which you mentioned, was my own, when I see too much clutter around me, it just puts me in that space of not wanting to do anything about it. And then like it keeps building up, whether it is work, whether it is the house or whatever it might be. So
Mhm.
then you have to bear the blunt of it, of course.
Yeah, of course. Because then it means extra work that you have to put in to clean up that clutter, right?
Yep.
So that is why you allow it to clutter, because the thought of cleaning it up is, cluttering your mind anyway, right? So फिर वो बढ़ जाता है, and then naturally you're not able to handle it, and so you take it as a burden. It is taken as a forced kind of task. Am I
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So let's see what can Gurpreet do. All right. So Left humility chakra, Gurpreet. Reminder to be polite, courteous, and demonstrate humility. Now, you might find this a little odd that what does clutter have to do with humility? But your home demands honor. Your items demand dignity. Your items, or whatever it may be, demands respect, which is not being given. That means there is a sense of arrogance. It may not be direct arrogance, but somewhere inside, which is as an energy affecting the environment in front of you. So what is happening? There is a stagnation that happens. And that stagnation is leading to all the clutter. And that clutter means what? When there is stagnation, that means you're not honoring. You means anybody for that matter.
And you can say you, don't worry.
So we are not honoring. We don't do that honoring. We don't respect. And when we're not honoring, respecting, and dignifying others, that means we're not honoring, respecting, and dignifying ourselves. So what does the environment see? It mirrors that completely. Okay. So if you're not honoring yourself and dignifying yourself, you'll get the same from outside. So what is needed? Arrogance ko chhaddo and humility ko apna, make it your, let's say, jewel, and make it part of your life. And how do we do that? Redikall says, it's good to be humble, but you do not have to necessarily underperform in order to ensure that you remain humble. You dislike being rude, rough, or arrogant under all circumstances. In order to ensure that you remain humble and polite, you could be manifesting a sabotage of opportunities which could give you a resounding success or an enviable position in life. Create a space where you thrive in all aspects of life in a very humble and polite manner. Gurpreet, does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah? Okay. So let's see, what is it that is? Maybe you have misused your authority in the past. That is why stagnation has come into your space now. Because you see,
You know, I am working on
Okay, what
authority within me. So, like, it's a big thing. The word authority is a big thing for me. The minute there is some authority figure, I'm not able to move forward. I just become frozen, if you can use that word. That's
Yeah.
a strong word, but that's what happens.
No, but that means somewhere, if authority comes in front of you, that which was you, that is that authoritative you which was there in the past, may have frozen a lot many people, somewhere in time. So because of that, you are not able to allow yourself to be humble towards accepting your own honor, your dignity, and your own, what did I say? Yeah, dignity, honor, respect. So that gets transferred out to the world, which sees it as fine. It's stagnation she wants, stagnation she gets. And that is why all the clutter that happens in either your personal space or your mind or your relationships or anything, anywhere, is all a result of that authority which you have not allowed to let go. Right?
Okay.
Gurpreet. So, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt or my regret of misusing my authority in the past. Very strong words, but work with it.
Guilt or regret of misusing, right?
Misusing my authority in the past. Yeah. And
Thank you so much.
And I peacefully progress towards my success humbly. I peacefully progress towards my success humbly or with humility. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're
So it
welcome.
looks like the authority thing is there, right there, because every time the authority stuff is coming up too much. Thank you
Okay.
so much for it.
You're welcome, Gurpreet. So next is, Harikirti. Yes, Harikirti. Harikirti, you'll have to.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good
Ma'am,
evening.
thank you. Ma'am, I would like to have a reading for my money situation.
Okay. Okay. There seems to be a stagnancy over there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It says left easy growth chakra, that is PL30. Reminded to perform
PL13.
Paris L30. Reminded to perform in spite of and because of the environmental adversities.
Okay.
So it says, let me see, 1 minute. Looks like the adversities, difficulties, problems, and issues related to money have taught you a lot in the past and will continue to help you grow in life. However, is it really necessary to invite adversities for your personal growth? Can't you learn all that you need to learn in an easy and effortless manner? Can you not contribute to your relationships in an easy, effortless, and simplified manner? Look at the possibility of dissociating past adversities with personal growth and rebuilding a strong association of growth with easy and effortless contribution in the form of opportunities leading to financial growth. Does that resonate with you, Harikirti?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'm writing the statement of association of growth with past adversity.
Yes, yes. So you work on that. With Soul's Love, I dissociate past adversities with personal growth. With Soul's Love, I dissociate past adversities with personal growth. And you can also say, what do I say? With Soul's Love, I transform and transcend my need for adversities in contribution.
Need for adversities in contribution. Okay.
Because somewhere in some lifetime, in some past programming, it is possible that you did not contribute enough and you maybe troubled some people a lot. So let's look at it that way. If you want, you can work on your guilt and regret also for your contribution in the past. Okay, with Soul's Love, I transform and transcend my guilt of making it difficult for others in the past.
Guilt of making it difficult for others in the past. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you start feeling a little bit of ease in your life, I contribute in an easy, effortless, and simplified way.
Okay.
Okay.
In an easy,
effortless, and simplified way.
Simplified way. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, 1 second. The first affirmation.
With Soul's Love, I dissociate.
Dissociate, I wrote. Associate, you can associate growth with ease and something had come up.
Perfect. You can do that. With Soul's Love, then you'll have to say R5. I R5 my association of what with growth? What do you want?
Ease with growth.
Fair enough.
Simplicity with
Yeah. I
got it.
my association of ease with growth.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, Apurva.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
So, A lot of things are happening, but somewhere I have this feeling that everything will get resolved amicably. So I would like to have a reading.
So, learning through mirroring chakra. VC5. Reminder to rise beyond the need to learn through the experience of mirroring. If you want to truly understand who you are, look at others who are responding to your need for the experiences. You will be able to know more about you through their responses. If you are responding in a manner which is different from who you are, know that you are somewhere responding to others or responding to their need for certain experiences. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So metaphorically, we all play a mirror to our fellow beings. It is common to mirror each other, yet it would be best to rise above the possibility of being who you are and allowing others to be who they are, independent of your and their need to mirror each other. Yeah, Apurva? Is that
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So why don't you work on guilt?
Okay.
With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt of consciously or subconsciously using others to have a better understanding of self.
Right.
With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt or regret. It's up to you. Whichever resonates better. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt or regret of consciously or subconsciously using others to have a better understanding of self. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
And I rise beyond my need to know myself and others by mirroring each other. That's there in the book itself. VC5, radical statement 1. Okay?
Yeah.
I rise beyond my need to know myself and others by mirroring each other. Okay? Thank you. All right. So the last one now is Anand. Yes, Anand.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Actually, I'm not sure what I want. There are two things that I want to say. First is like I need a reading, and second I want to say is there is this anxiety and fear in me of abuse and being my best self, and having total surrender or faith to God or the universe, whatever. So I need some guidance about that.
Okay. So right now, since today it's just a reading platform, let's see, maybe the radical answers will come out and give you part 2 of your answer also. Okay.
Okay.
So wow. So this is right faithful following chakra, which is reminder to invite faithful followers. Now here that I'll read the keywords to you, Anna. That is betrayal, cheating, backstabbing, unfaithful followers and companions. Does that resonate with you somewhere?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay. It hurts when you experience a backstab, betrayal, cheating and let down by others, especially from those who have been a solid support to you or those who have been faithful followers. Sometimes you could even perceive a backstab from masters, gurus, or even God. This backstab could be financial, social, emotional, or related to relationships or health. It can be quite a hurtful situation to be backstabbed. However, when you discover how and why you manifested, you will be able to rise beyond the emotional hurt and forgive others for backstabbing you and forgive yourself for allowing this experience. Anaga, does that make sense to you?
I'm not sure if I understand my role in that. I mean,
So
can you
what
elaborate?
what happens is, if there is a reason to feel backstabbed, that somebody has either betrayed you, or somebody has literally, taken advantage of you, or somebody is not caring enough for you, it could be your perception based on your experiences that you think you have experienced with people. It could also be with God. The anger, that anger towards God, that He is not taking care of me. He has ignored me. He has left me. He, she, whoever it is. Right? That I am being left completely alone. Nobody is there to take care of me. What am I supposed to do? How do I handle my life? Who is going to take care of me if not God? If the people on earth, people on earth, when I say people in your space, if they are not giving you the answers and solutions, etc., who do I turn to? Does that make sense?
Yes, completely.
So that is what it says, that it is quite hurtful. It's a hurtful situation to be backstabbed. However, when you discover how and why you manifested, listen, maybe you're coming here for the first time. I've not seen you here before. What we do is that we manifest indirectly. Everything that happens in our life is because of us, not because of others. Just remember that. We manifest it.
Yes, yes.
Even if our relationships are going wrong, it's not about the blame. It's the manifestation of it. We manifest it. So when we manifest it, the universe provides it. So as if you had heard earlier also when I said that whatever we go through is our perception of a situation, which may not be the same perception of others. I may be thinking that he's being rude to me, right? But the other person is thinking that she is rude to me all the time, so why should I talk to her nicely? Simple. So we are mirroring each other.
So I have to change my perception of what happened in the past and not manifest the same hurt, betrayal, whatever is happening, not manifest the same now in the present and future.
Absolutely. So when I talk to the 5 things that I tell people to follow, if you learn to live in the now and live for the moment and what you want to make of your future, that is in your hands. And that can happen as and when you decide to shift. When you shift or when you start healing yourself, things around you start shifting. A simple example, most of them I've heard over here is, if a person comes home absolutely stressed and tense, and let's say a father comes home very stressed, very tense, and you as a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old watch him, you've been playing happily, but suddenly seeing him like that, you also become quiet. He's not said anything to you, he's not done anything to you, but his energy has spoken to you. Okay? His energy has given you that sense that I should be quiet. Papa has come back in a very bad mood. So I should not make noise. Because otherwise he will get angry. Doesn't this happen to most of us? Not a father or a daughter, just as a situation. So energetically, remember, the energies speak to each other. And when they speak to each other, there are bound to be clashes. There are bound to knots to start happening. In terms of relationships, there are misunderstandings, there are egos, there are arrogance, there could be so many reasons. But then one is trying to outplay the other. Why? Because I am right. He or she is wrong. They don't understand. They don't believe me. They don't treat me correctly. They treat you the way you want to be treated. They understand you the way you want them to understand them. Same thing, our anger with God. You have also left me. You are not there to take care of me when I need you most. Of course, He's there. But am I being selfish to ask for something that is absolutely irrelevant? Or do I have the real courage to accept that, yes, I have made a mistake, I have done wrong. Please don't abandon me, take me with you. I mean, take me with you, but be with me. Right?
Yes, yes.
Does that make sense, Anaga?
Yes, yes,
Am I
it does.
pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah, Anaga, yes.
Okay. Sorry. Right. Does that make sense, Anaga?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay. So, for you, the affirmation would be, with soul's love, firstly, get rid of the backstabbing. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the backstabbing. Then, next is, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my need for backstabbing. Then, my reasons to be backstabbed. And then, my resistance to let go of backstabbing. Yeah?
Yes.
And then it is, I intend and when things you feel are on a better platform mentally for you, you start feeling light, you start feeling better, then you can say, I intend and invite others to follow me in full faith.
Intend and invite others.
Okay?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Do affirm these statements. And yeah, we are here every Friday. We can talk about it. So thank you so much for being here today. And have a nice weekend. And happy Holi to all of you. Have a great Holi. And see you again next Friday. All the best. Bye-bye.